Hello everyone, welcome to the Officers Adda 24/7, the special session of your BRBL subject in the English medium language, and I hope so your paper was good as comparison to the other, because other students are saying that my paper was seemed to be very tough, but tough was for those students who have really not read this segment, because nowadays your paper is not just like that. Within 1 week you will read the questions, read the answer, and you will get the this one, you will get the the result. No, you have to practice for at least 6 months so that you can easily clear this subject. If I talk about the questions of today's session, so sir and ma'am, you can easily see one-liner questions were mostly asked in the paper. One-liner question. You can see what is right to appropriation. So right to appropriation is the Clayton rule that is given in the Indian contract section 59, 60 and 61. So that question was asked that which of the following of right to appropriation, 4 options are not correct. So in the wrong option it was there that it is not applicable to the banking business, though this statement was wrong because Clayton rule always also applicable to the banking business also. So this statement was wrong. Next question, IT Act 2000 applies to the government agency. IT Act 2000 that's applied to the government agency also, and in the option it was given it's not applied to the government agency, so this statement was wrong. Okay, next, RTI under the Right to Information Act, this is Chief Information Commissioner, and your Central Assistant Public Information Commissioner is appointed by the private organization. Wrong, that is appointed by the central government. So this question was asked. Then in NI Act, no definition of this one. In the NI Act, no definition of negotiable instrument talks there, because in section 13 it includes check, bill of exchange and your promissory note. So that's why no exact definition is given in the NI Act section 13. Next was Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Fine is not only the punishment. In the question of prevention of money laundering, many questions were there. In the questions it was asked that whether what is the punishment. So in the one statement it was given fine is the only punishment, so that statement was wrong. So you have to tick mark on the wrong statement. The next is what is the minimum capital required to the local area bank. This is your 5 crore. Local area bank 5 crore. DRT to DRAT, that is your 30 days. Okay, it is the appeal days. District Commission jurisdiction, that is up to 50 lakh. This is your 2021. Okay, up to 50 lakh is the exact jurisdiction of this one. Okay, next one. Many questions were asked from the Banking Act, IT Act and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Done. In the question, specified transaction definition was asked. What is specified transaction? Next, in the Sales of Good Act, the question was asked from the warranty and what is unfair trade practices. So unfair trade practices is the definition term, and this is the in the warranty 4 statement was there, in which 1 statement was wrong. So you have to identify which statement was wrong. So that was asked in the case of warranty, and we have already know that what is warranty and what is guarantee under the Sales of Good Act. The next question that was asked is who can initiate the corporate insolvency resolution process. That is your financial creditor, then operational creditor and borrower. This is the right answer. SURFACI Act, so many questions were asked from the SURFACI Act because this is the one of the lengthiest subject of your BRBL subject. Okay, so this question was asked. Mortgage limitation was asked, that is your 12 year, and if it is of foreclosure, so for the foreclosure it is 30 year. Then Payment and Settlement Act year was asked, so this was 2007. Contract formula based question were there. Contract formula based question were there. Section based, so many questions were asked in the SURFACI Act. Done. So these are the question guys that is asked in your exam. Okay, now in this time now why the paper is tough now, because your section based question and your one question is there, that is chapter 2 of your act, the main subject addressed regarding the national board. So in the chapter 2, that is basically of your MSME Act. MSME Act was your composition. Composition of the board leadership. So guys, these types of questions were asked in your exam. Section based, and what is chapter 2 of MSME Act. That's why this question paper seemed to be little bit difficult in your, okay? None of the question was asked today. No, sir. These questions were asked today, Baba. These questions were asked today. That is, the student were given this question. Student were given these questions, sir. Student are giving the question, sir. That's why I'm just telling these question. Okay. Then your question was, it's a section based question from the SURFACE, sir, RBI Act and the Consumer Forum amount. Same question was asked, same question. Okay. What is the, exactly, the paper was little bit tough because Gagandeep sir, what is the given in the chapter, what is given in the section. I think till now section based question and what is a chapter of particular these questions were not asked in the question paper of your legal subject, but this time section based and the chapter was asking that what this chapter is saying about. That's why the question, the paper was little bit hard. Then the question is, sir, what is the maximum and minimum limit of CRR and what is maintained under RBI Act? So the maximum and the minimum, that is a cash reserve ratio, is a no limit. Okay. Then DRT to DRAT time period, this was the question. Local area bank, how much capital, that is a 5 crore. These was the questions, sir. These were the questions. Okay. Then the paragraph based question. The paragraph based question were asked from the NI Act, okay, and the Consumer Protection Act and Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Paragraph means one paragraph was there and the 5 questions were there. One paragraph and the 5 questions were there. Okay. Ma'am, what was the question, SURFACE? Dharmender sir, in the SURFACE, the definition portion was asked that what is borrower. Okay, I have just written this one. The definition portion was asked from the SURFACE. I'm just telling you. The definition of what is borrower, what is financial assets. These were the section based question under the SURFACE. Okay, I have just written this one. See, section based question were asked. Okay, section based question were asked in this one. See, this is your definition. This is your definition, sir. That is, what is the definition of borrower, what is financial debtor, and what is asset. Section based question from the SURFACE. Sale of tiger skin of 5 rupees within 10 days. This is valid contract. Exactly, Sandhya ma'am, this is valid contract because any contract which is done without any pressure, and it is my choice that whether I will give my mobile phone or anything. Suppose the cost is 1 lakh rupees, but I am giving this with only for the 10 rupees. This is the valid contract. This is, ma'am, valid contract. Okay, this is, ma'am, valid contract. Okay, Sandhya ma'am. Okay, Ashish sir. Okay, I got to know why the paper is tough, because in this time your section based question, your chapter, what the chapters say, that things were, given in the paper. That's why the paper was seemed to be tough. It's okay. Okay, but it will be better for you people to please now concentrate. Nowadays your 1 week of study will not help you, okay, to just pass this exam. You have to be, you have to be very laborious for your study also nowadays. Okay. So guys, these are the questions that I have already told you. Okay. So please kindly see the questions. Kindly see the questions that will give you the best result. At least the student from the second and the third shift, at least you people get to know the questions. So please revise all the questions from the PDF and do your paper well. Okay, so thank you so much for attending the session. See, one more question, sir. What is the definition of default? See, what is the definition of default under the SARFAESI Act? Okay, what is the definition of this default under the SARFAESI Act? So your section based question was very, in this time it was very high in your paper. What is the definition of default? Borrower, okay, assets. So these are the definition based questions. So what is default under the SARFAESI Act? That is failure to fulfill obligation to any authority after 90-day notice for debt security. So this is your definition of default. This is the definition of default. So it's a humble request. The definition portion is already given in your YT session. If it is possible, please go through the definition portion of the Act. If B gives loan to C and A is the guarantor, so what is the relationship? So sir, this is the A is the guarantor and B gives, sir, C is principal debtor, Shilpi ma'am. C is principal debtor, B is creditor ma'am, and A is the guarantor. That's it. This is your relationship. Okay, this is your relationship. That's it. Okay. Your Patil committee question was there. Dr. R.H. Patil. The exact definition is evolution of corporate governance in Indian Bank. This is the exact answer of R.H. Patil question. Exactly. So Shilpi ma'am, could you please define the options? Financial asset definition is there. Financial asset definition was asked under SARFAESI Act. See, financial asset definition was asked. In which section, guys, the Banking Regulation Act of Reserve Bank conduct the annual financial inspection? Section 35. Section 35 of Reserve Bank of India Act was asked, which talks about the annual financial inspection. This was the question that is asked in this one, section 35 of RBI. Okay. Financial asset definition, default definition. See, financial asset, the definition, default definition was asked. Default definition. Okay. What is given in the chapter 2nd of the MSME Act? This question was asked. Okay. In which of the following the statement regarding the warranty is not correct? 4 options were there. So in the warranty, we know that rejection word will be not there. So this question was asked. Okay. Not a current. Okay. So Sandhya ma'am, current account and capital account transaction. This is your current account transaction and capital account transaction. So ma'am, in current account transaction, whatever the money that will give, the money once it go, it will be not come. That is called current account transaction. And what is capital? Once money will go, the money will come. So just remember the concept and just do the answer. Okay. So this was the question. The principal debtor X lent 10,000 to Y. Z guarantee repayment of loan to X in the case of Y default. In this scenario, who is principal debtor? Y is the principal debtor. This question was asked. Y is the principal debtor. Then Amit contract to supply 100 kilogram of elephant tusk to the Bhaskar for rupees 10,000. The contract is legal, illegal, necessary, luxury. That is called illegal contract. A contract to indemnify B against the consequence of any proceeding which C may against B in respect of the certain sum of 200 rupees. So what is the, who is the indemnifying party? A is the indemnifying party. This question was asked. Okay. Geeta ma'am, cash reserve ratio is basically, that is given in section 42 of the Reserve Bank of India Act, in which the bank have to pay some reserve cash to the RBI bank. Okay, they have to pay to the Reserve Bank and no interest will be given to any bank if they are keeping the money in the in the RBI, this one. So this is your cash reserve ratio. Okay, this is your cash reserve ratio. So question were basically, suppose one question is, what is the correct time period for appealing from DRT to DRAT in the case other than SURFACE? So this was 30 days. So these were the question. That is a one-liner question and that is totally based on the conceptual based question. What is the jurisdiction of District Commission under the Consumer Protection Act? So in the District Commission, we know that we have read about 2019 and 2021. So 2021 question was asked. Dharmender sir, for the imprisonment of section 138 of negotiable instrument, 2 years is the imprisonment or twice the amount. Twice the amount, sir, or both. So this is the punishment of section 138, that is dishonor of check. Okay, this is the particular your imprisonment of the dishonor of check. 2 year imprisonment plus twice the amount or both. That is the right answer. Okay, this is the right answer. Then who initiate corporate insolvency resolution process? That was the question. That is your net demand time liabilities. The minimum is 1%. Minimum is, ma'am, 1%. Okay, Josna ma'am, minimum 1% is there. Okay. Regarding the CRR, no upper and lower limit of the CRR. Okay. No upper and lower limit. And for NDLT, that is a net demand and time liabilities, 1% is there. Okay. 1%. Done. Appeal against removal of this one. Sir, this is very simple question. Against RBI, if any decision we just want to appeal. So, sir, we have a central government. We have a central government within 30 days. We have a central government within 30 days in which we can file the case. Okay? Central government is there. Is that okay? Contract formula. That's great. We have already done. Offer plus acceptance is equal to promise. In promise, legal term is called what? Agreement. In agreement, when law will enforce, that is equal to call contract. This is the formula of contract. This is the formula of contract. Okay? One lakh per day, sir. In the payment bank, how much is the maximum cash limit for deposit in a day? So you can only deposit maximum 1 lakh per day in your saving bank account, or the time limit can be exceed if it is done once in a while. Okay. So class, this was your questions that were asked. Okay. Again, I'm saying appeal from RBI, contract formula, capital and current account transaction, CRR that is given in section 42 of RBI. What is the imprisonment of section 138? Then what is the purpose of RH Patil? Okay. Then section 35 of RBI Act. Then the definition of SURFACI Act. So many questions were asked. Okay. So many questions were asked from the SURFACI Act, and these were the questions. Without option question, maximum 10 to 15. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's great. Maximum fine for the director, sir, that's depend upon what default they have done. Dharmender, sir, that's depend upon what default they have done. That is a maximum fine for the director of a company. Exactly. Chatterjee, sir, it will be, in the telegram, I'm just sending you the definition of SURFACI. Please go through the definition of SURFACI. That is important. I've already shown you the definition terms, so please go through the definitions. Okay, we have already done everything. So thank you so much. We will meet you at the evening. Thank you.